Hey, what's up, guys, man? Just here in the hotel room in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. I'm gonna make a video on Ethiopia later, but today I wanted to talk about. It was a response video, really, in response to a video that King Richie's made earlier today, I believe it was. In regards to, he was talking about preferences and dating options, and he was saying that black women are an option for him, but he was talking about them in a sense of them being British and American, which is something that a lot of guys do. We always do this, yeah. And then he was talking about the other option of Latinas, in the format of like a Jennifer Lopez, which is a typical way that black guys especially fantasize about Latinas. But what a lot of people don't do or don't realize is that there's a huge amount of Spanish speaking and Portuguese speaking black people throughout the Central and South America, and throughout the Caribbean as well. Generally, we like in the Caribbean. Generally, we think of the Caribbean as like Jamaica and the other small islands, but Cuba and Dominican Republic, which are both Spanish-speaking islands, they have way more people than Jamaica and all other islands combined. So they're the dominant languages in that region. And then obviously in South America, you have Brazil. Brazil is a Portuguese-speaking nation, and it has the biggest population of black people outside of Africa. Most people would think it's the US. It's not. Uh, Brazil beats it. The most black people outside of Africa. Yeah, the biggest diaspora. But not many people even think about Brazilian or black Brazilian women as an option, like because they don't. That's not the picture they see of Brazil. Also, another thing that's another overlooked thing is Colombia. Colombia has a huge amount of black people. It's, I think, the fourth highest outside of Africa. Huge amount of black people in Colombia. In Colombia, and when I'm saying black, I'm talking like black. I go to the DR a lot. I've been to DR like 5 times, and the first time this whole sort of I don't know, just revelation occurred with me was in Dominican Republic, and I would see black girls that literally would look like girls from South London. I'm from London, so they would look like girls from South London or girls from Miami. I've been to Miami, been to the States, been to Vegas, etc. They would look like that, and that's what we've been programmed with by all the hip videos and the music videos. And then when you speak to them, they speak completely fluent Spanish. They, you know what I mean, and they might have a little bit of sort of basic English, um, and that throws you off because you're like, whoa, like you've been programmed to think that all black people um, in the Western hemisphere sort of speak English, and that is the sort of the gold standard of how things are. But no, let me tell you, definitely more. Not only just on the basic sort of the language side of things. Come on, let's be real. The femininity, the passion, all of that, the lack of attitude is way better than, for instance, your American black women or your British black women. Um, I love black women. I love mixed race women. I love black women. So I just want to make that clear. That's my preferred dating option and dating choice. Um, but as you know, there's a big movement right now. There's a lot of attitude. There's a lot of entitlement. Just a lot going on right now. So guys, explore black women in Spanish speaking countries, in Portuguese speaking countries, and I'm not a guy that's only about sort of that part of the world. Africa, like I'm in Addis Ababa right now. I'm in my hotel room. It's a quiet Sunday night. We're chilling today. My voice is croaky as F because, partying a bit hard and that. But Africa is amazing as well. So Ethiopia, where I'm at right now, the women are super feminine and conservative. Super like, I'm trying to give examples now. So a lot of guys, like for example, your Will Smiths, your Barack Obamas, you kind of your clean cut guys, like guys that are not thugs, guys that are just clean cut respectable guys. A lot of guys like that. in the sort of the US and UK dating market, like you will always do alright. You'll always do alright because you know those guys are still you know, select guys to a degree, but they're guys that a lot of girls will still overlook. You've seen back in the day, the lady from Salt and Pepper overlooked Will Smith because of like he was a bit too whatever, and then the Barack Obamas, I'm sure certain women would have overlooked him. And like basically the women like your Nicki Minaj's, who yeah she's hit the wall, she's past her best, but yeah, you know 5 years ago yeah, she probably was really at a peak 5, 8 years ago, 10 years ago, whatever it was. And those type of women, look who they go for. They go through the Pookie and the Ray Rays. So she's getting with a dude that just yeah, he kind of embodies that spirit. And I'm saying that to say this, like country Ethiopia has the type of women you want. So like the you know that Kerry Washington look, that you know that Ethiopian beautiful look. I want to get some visuals as well when I start editing up my videos, and I'll get you, so you know what I'm talking about. So those conservative, well put together, classy women that don't entertain sort of like guys that have their pants down their ankles, guys that wear baggy t-shirts, guys that are just the riffraffs of society. These type of women, they don't entertain that. They are they've never been colonized. They've never had to. Every country has their issues, but they don't have the type of issues that we have had in the in the UK and the US. Um, so these are the type of women basically that you've been feeling for. These aren't the type of women that you're gonna necessarily run through. These ain't the type of women that you're gonna go and have one on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. No, these are women that the Latin America is a bit more like that. If you want to look for that in Latin America, in Ethiopia, these women have some morals. They have some integrity. They have some decency. And if you want that, you can find that. But a lot of the good women here, you get to know what I mean, see what they're about. But there's a lot of high quality, attractive women, and they know. Typically, sometimes in the West, we see Ethiopians as light skin, but in Ethiopia is not. There's a full spectrum of complexions, all the way from like real black, beautiful real black sisters to that kind of more typically what we see, that coffee complexion as well, and then all the way down to very light complexion. There's a full spectrum here. Um, that reflects the country, because maybe in the UK and the US we don't get the full reflection of the country. We might be getting more of maybe their elite. I don't know, the ones that can afford to maybe get over here. But here you got 100 million people, huge country, beautiful women. Most women you see on the street are going to be about a 6 or a 6.5. It's so many above average looking women. Obesity is low here, diet's good, women very, very feminine. You check it out. I'll make another video later on today. But that's me over and out for now. My first video. What's up?